This week's Parsha talks about Yaakov and Esav growing up, and it describes their differences as adults. So why don't we talk about their differences as children? Well, the Medrash compares them to a myrtle branch and a thorn bush. Both of them look similar when they're growing up, but once they are fully grown and they start to blossom, the myrtle branch lets off a pleasant smell, while the thorn bush, sprouts its thorns. Now the pasuk describes them. Vayhi Esav ish yodei atzayed ish soreh. Esav, he knew how to trap animals and hunt, and he was a man of the field. Yaakov ish tom yoshev oelim. Yaakov was a wholesome man, and he sat in tents. What do these things mean? Let's start by looking at Esav. So the Medrash gives an opinion that says Esav behaved like a field in his relationships, that he was open and ownerless, like a field. And the Ramban learns it from Parshas Vayera, where it says Anshe Ha'ir, to say that he was actually a resident of the field. He lived in the field. Now on Yaakov ish tom ish oilim, the Medrash asks, why does the pasuk say oilim plural? And it answers, these oilim are the yeshivas of Shem and Ever. The She'eris Yisrael learns something a little bit deeper, but less literal from this pasuk. He explains. Both of the boys grew up under their father's influence and protection. It was only when they became adults that they were free to choose their own path forward in life. Vayhi Esav ish yodei atzayed ish soreh. Mipnei ma yedua Yetzer Hara l'tzud es ha'adam. How did the Yetzer Hara know to go dafka after Esav, that he could be tzud him and catch him in his trap? Mipnei shehu ish soreh ish hefka. Because Esav lived in the field. He was an ish hefka. He left his mind and his hashkafas open and unprotected, like a field. He didn't surround himself with the protections and fortifications of emunah and betachon. But Yaakov ish tom. Mipnei ma'u tom. What is tom? Mipnei shehu yoshev ohelim. He sat in tents. Shehu mesoivev b'kama chomas. Betachon v'emunah Hashem v'emunah tzadikim. When Yaakov became independent, he built protective walls and fortifications around himself through Torah, Bitachon, and Emunah. Both Yaakov and Esav, when they left the cultivated environment of their education and started their journeys into adulthood, they started out on the same footing. Esav abandoned Hashem in the Torah, and he left himself exposed as an easy target for the Yetzer Hara. But Yaakov chose to build fortifications around himself through Torah, Emunah, and Bitachon, to protect himself from the Yetzer Hara's traps, and that enabled him to be strong and resilient to the Yetzer Hara through the rest of his life. Good Shabbos.